it's Ronnie, and welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas. And I have totally lost track on how many days. 4? I think I said it wrong yesterday, and I'm going to say it wrong tomorrow because I already have that one done. But, and it's also Mixed Media Frenzy. And this is the layout that we're going to scrapbook today, and it is so pretty. Ah, I am going to try to go along those lines. I have got a picture of a gingerbread cake and see how it is coming apart. Well, it's going to be documented. The background of this had different colors with packaging techniques. So I'm going to have a lighter pink, a darker pink, and also a green. Since the scrap that I'm using is Doodlebug, I thought I'd go with the gelato so that I could use that bright green there. And I'm not going to use a whole lot of it. You know, what you see there is what I use. I scrape it all out and use as much as I can. But I'm going to have the pinks and it kind of intermingle there. The pink isn't dry, but I tried to put it in places that the pink wasn't. And I guess I didn't. I used this piece of packaging before and I didn't clean it good enough because there was one spot with green. So I had to kind of go over the top of it with some extra pink so it wouldn't show up quite as bad. And I it shows on the layout these rings like from a cup or something. I decided I wasn't going to do that part. However, by the time I get some more mixed media on here, I'm going to change my mind. And the more mixed media is modeling paste. I would have definitely put it on before the modeling paste if I had decided to go ahead and do it first. But this is gessoed, so it makes everything not soak up quite as fast. And so the colors are staying right on top and then drying on top of the paper. Well, the gesso. But the modeling paste is white and my paper's white. And I thought, well, it'd show up better if I went ahead and put a little color in it. So I'm using the caramel to put a little color in it. Once it dries, it is almost white anyway. I mean, you can see the texture and everything, but it is so close to the same color as the white that I might as well not put anything in it and just saved it. I am using the splatter because I wanted it to look like batter, and like, you know, since it does have the cake. Of course, if we were making gingerbread cookies, which I'm going to have some gingerbread cookies on here, it would be darker than this anyway. However, I was using creative liberties here and just made mine the color that I was needing and wanting for my layout. And I'm only going to put a little splatter up there since that's a little cluster. But yeah, I'm just going to put them across the page and not touch the rings, but I will. I use the AccuCut die to cut out the little gingerbread man and the little tree. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate them. And I also see that punch over on the left-hand side. I'm going to make some round cookies with it. And I inked the edge of my cookies, all of them, with the tea dye ink to make it look like they were turning a little bit brown on the edges in the oven. And my gel pen, I'm highlighting the tree and the little gingerbread man. And my plan was to use the gel pen on the round ones too. I was going to do like a star and a heart and fill them in with the gel pen. However, before I got to it, I thought, I think I'm going to make some icing instead. So everything comes back out. If I had known, I wouldn't have washed it all. But I decided to make my icing pink. And then I'm going to take some sequins and put on top of my little cookies. Kind of like sprinkles, but I didn't have anything really like sprinkles, so kind of like sprinkles. Now, when I make homemade cookies, my icing does not look near as good or perfect as the ones in the store. So my icing on these cookies gonna look about the same. Oh, and in case you didn't notice, I layered my papers 3 deep so my cookies would be thicker. And I'm putting glue on there right now so I can put sequins on the tree. And I thought I had tiny sequins in there. However, they all seemed kind of big to me once I got them on that little tree. Now about the picture. It is a gingerbread house, and the roof is like coming apart and sliding down, which if you've all made gingerbread houses, it's probably happened to you if you've done it very much. But the first time it happened, my grandson, well, there was more than one at the table. There was like four at the table, but my grandson that was the oldest said that, I don't know if you're going to want to take a picture of this gingerbread house or not. I said, why? And he says, well, look at it. And I looked and I thought, oh man, I was busy making some candy. I was right there in the room with them, but my back was to them. And I could have helped them out long before I did. Anyway, the icing that came with the gingerbread house, you can even tell in the close ups that the icing isn't very thick on the scallop looking things. And they had made them before and never had no problem, but they did that day. And so I told him, I said, oh, I've got a solution for that. So I got out the confectioner's sugar and mixed it with what was left of that. And we scraped a bunch off too. And they started over again and he got it all together and it stayed together. But yeah, it was made too thin. So my title's going to be Epic Out of the Box Fail. And the reason it's that is where I worked, the auditors couldn't give a critical on any of their audits unless it was going to fail out of the box. So that meant once the customer got it, it wouldn't work. And so it had to be something missing or completely wired wrong or something like that. Something had to be terribly wrong with it that they didn't think it'd even start up when it got to the customer. And here, it wouldn't hold the gingerbread house together. It had one job, holding, well, two jobs, decorating and holding the gingerbread house together. And it couldn't do that. So my title is Epic Out of the Box Fail, Confectioner's Sugar to the Rescue. I do have a photo of the resulting gingerbread house, and I'm already scrapbooked it. I'm going to put it in the same album with that, so there'll be companion pages. I might have to add to it a little bit, saying, something like final gingerbread house that worked with the confectioner's sugar. I don't know. I'll have to look at it because it's been a while since I did that one. But this one has just been floating around in my photos where I took the picture just because he said I probably wouldn't want to. But I did. But back to my layout. I'm making little clusters with my little gingerbread cookies. And I also put some washi tape on the edge of that. It shows something in the photo. And while I'm thinking of it, I better fix that right now. I stopped the editing and I put this layout in, the inspiration layout, up in the upper left hand corner. It was not there. And it's a good thing I noticed it so y'all could see that I am trying to stay close to how it is up there. And that layout is by Natalie D'Souza. So I will leave a link down there below to her layout and, well, her video doing the layout. She does wonderful, wonderful creations. So you'd probably like watching her anyway if you don't already. She's even on Vicky Booten's design team. So tells you how good she is at mixed media. But yeah, I tried to stay along those lines and still do something different. And I decided, to go ahead and put the rings on there. I must have been talking and didn't notice it because I can see them now. And I use pink because a lot of the time I would make either punch with vanilla ice cream in it, because my grandkids all like vanilla ice cream, or sherbet. And they like it just fine in the punch, the sherbet, but they won't eat the sherbet by itself. Isn't that weird? Anyway, kind of late in the layout, I decided that I needed to go ahead and make the rings on my page, just for the memory of the punch that we had. Well, it was, I tried all kinds of different ones, so it wasn't always the same, but there was plenty of times it turned out pink because of the sherbet. But be sure to check out the links down there below. I will have both, which, some of the cows are in both things anyway. But I have both the 12 Days of Christmas and the Mixed Media Frenzy. So you can check them both out and see what everybody made today. I'm so glad that Kathy decided to go ahead and do the 12 Days of Christmas again this year, because I had pictures waiting to get scrapped. I have those little stickers and they have little Christmas words on them. And I thought I would use the one milk and cookies on my picture, but then I see Gingerbread House. So of course it had to go on there. And since I had Gingerbread House, I had to use the little tile letters and put fail, even though I already had it once on here. Since it was right there, I had to go ahead and put fail on there too. But anyway, I was looking at my title while I was doing the editing, and I thought about Monica giving them to me and how awesome they are and how much I like those stickers. They have glitter on them, so they go really good with this page. And then I remembered she sent me some little teeny tiny little mints. And yeah, since I went back in and fixed that little gingerbread man, I had to go ahead and add a few of the mints. Not a whole lot, but because I already had so many sequins on here. But yeah, I added a few minutes, so be sure to check out the pictures at the end. Well, I had a wee bit of trouble getting the pictures at the end. It is the next day now. It took me that long. But yeah, I do have pictures at the end with the little bits of candy and more snowflakes, because that's what I used with the little guy to make him not look like his feet are hanging in midair. Anyway, I stayed pretty close to the video until I went rogue with the title. Hers is little teeny tiny. And I guess I could have typed it and made it tiny and put it right there on the left. And then it would have looked a whole lot more like hers. And hers is gorgeous. But, I had to go rogue with my title and make it big, bold, and in your face. But anyway, that's it. That's my layout. Be sure to check the gals out there below and see what they created today. If they combined their mixed media frenzy with their 12 days of Christmas. And yeah, that's it. I was watching the video. I got sidetracked. I was looking at the little mints. I put the pictures on here and haven't looked at them actually. But yeah, they're on there. Anyway, if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. But yeah, thank you all so very much for watching my video. And I hope you have a happy, scrappy weekend. Take care and stay safe. Bye.